No, the girl gets up. And you see, I want to be more, but I have somebody watching. I want to be more effusive. I want to really, But she gets it, and drops the thing, walks off the stage crying. Her mother's crying, her father's crying. Guy gets up. He said, "Have you lifted before?" A little bit. And he walks up, he could have gone ding, 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 ding. I think it was 112 pounds, huh? It's crazy.
Conservative justices on the U.S. Supreme Court appeared ready on Tuesday, January 13th, to uphold state laws banning transgender athletes from competing on female sports teams, signaling another possible rollback of transgender rights nationwide. The justices heard more than 3 hours of arguments and appeals by Idaho and West Virginia after lower courts blocked the state's bans, finding they likely violated the U.S. Constitution and federal anti-discrimination law.
There was a lot of rhetoric today in the courtroom, and there were a lot of legal issues that maybe a lot of people do not understand. But the simple reality of this case is that we're talking about simple biology. There are men and women, and Title IX and equal protection should allow boys to participate in boys sports and girls to participate in girls sports, and should allow girls to have the safety and security of knowing that they're going to be safe in their spaces, they're going to be safe in their sports, and that they're going to be protected by the law and by the Constitution.
At least 25 other states have enacted similar restrictions. With a 6-3 conservative majority, the court has already backed other limits on transgender rights in recent rulings. During arguments, conservative justices questioned whether the court should impose a nationwide rule amid sharp disagreement and what they described as scientific uncertainty over whether puberty blockers or gender-affirming hormones eliminate physiological advantages in sports. Justice Brett Kavanaugh noted that sports are often a zero-sum competition, saying the inclusion of transgender girls could displace cisgender female athletes from playing time, teams, or honors. He suggested that because Title IX allows sex-separated teams, any major change should come from Congress, not the courts.
I was a track and cross-country athlete at Idaho State University. 5 times I lost to a male athlete who identifies as a woman. Men and women are different, whether some want to admit it or not. You can't change those differences by suppressing testosterone. Women don't join sports for a participation trophy. We want to win, we work to win, and we deserve a fair shot at winning that trophy and taking home a victory. I'll happily compete against challenging odds, but nobody should lose the race before it has started. We are hopeful that the court will see Idaho and West Virginia's laws for what they are, a respecter of biology, fairness, and women.
Lawyers for Idaho and West Virginia argued that their laws preserve fairness and safety in women's and girls' sports. The statutes classify teams based on what the states call biological sex, and bar students designated male at birth from female teams.
No drug can make a man into a woman. Puberty blockers and testosterone suppression do not erase the physical advantages males have over females. All athletes can compete, but they must do so on a level playing field. Now, you heard today that no one is being harmed by this. Justice Kavanaugh said that's not correct. Sports is a zero-sum game. Someone has to win, someone has to lose. In West Virginia, BPJ defeated more than 400 girls over 1,000 times, winning 57 medals, medals that should have gone to female athletes. That's the real-world cost of ignoring biological reality.
The court's liberal justices expressed skepticism. Justice Sonia Sotomayor said excluding transgender girls from female teams is inherently a sex-based classification that should face heightened constitutional scrutiny. Challengers argue the bans violate the 14th Amendment's guarantee of equal protection and Title IX's ban on sex discrimination in education.
I'm counsel for both the BPJ and Peacock's case, and I gave oral argument on behalf of Becky in the BPJ case. And we have Becky and her mom Heather here with us. They were in the courtroom together. And I think today we had a chance to tell the Supreme Court the reality of what it's like to be a girl like Becky, who just wants to be able to play on a team with her friends and have fun. And we're hopeful that the court heard our message, and we're very grateful for all the support that has been shown for Becky over the past week. I think it's not easy for anyone to be a kid, and especially not easy to be a trans kid. And if it weren't for people like Becky and her mom, I think we'd all be in a very worse place right now.
They say blanket bans ignore individual circumstances and medical treatment that may reduce any competitive advantage. The case could have wide-ranging implications beyond sports, potentially affecting policies on military service, bathrooms, classrooms, and official documents. Demonstrators on both sides rallied outside the Supreme Court as arguments unfolded. A ruling is expected by the end of June.
Women's sports! Save women's sports! Save women's sports! Save women's sports!
That have come from across the country to say, no more, we will take a knee, we will not compete with boys, we do not have to be on the field, the court, or the swimming pool. We can do what's right because we have a great litigation team behind us to prove that fact is not fiction. Them in any way that you can, because they are defending freedom.
That's good to know.